Hey guys, what's going on? Some of us have gone back to work, some of us have not. However, I'm here today for all the entrepreneurs so we can discuss this PPP program. This is just my take. It's totally tie. Okay, so for those business owners, entrepreneurs, contract labor, or whatever, there is the PPP, which stands for the Paycheck Protection Program. Okay, in my opinion, it should stand for the Piss Poor Program. Okay? Long story short, I'm trying to figure out how the government expects small businesses to cover their business expenses, payroll, or whatever by taking account of their net profit. So let me explain this to you guys, okay? I know everybody's not an accountant, but try to follow me. Okay, so when you are in business, all the money that you bring in from your business, this is your gross earnings, okay? Your gross income. From your gross income, you may take out your rent, utilities, payroll expense, whatever it takes for you to maintain that business throughout the month. And I'm speaking on a monthly basis, okay? So now, we have this shutdown, and it was everybody's responsibility to do their part. So I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, I feel like we went back too soon, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, so you go fill out this paperwork that is supposed to help you maintain, since you took a loss throughout that month of the shutdown, or a little more than a month. Okay, so I find out in the midst of all of this, I'm hearing everybody say, hey, all the small businesses, salons, you guys go and fill out the paperwork for the PPP, which I call the Piss Poor Program, but it stands for the Paycheck Protection Program. Okay, so you go fill out this paperwork. The problem is when you go fill out the paperwork, you're being told to list your net profit. So let me go through this again. You have your gross income, you pay all your expenses, and then you have your net profit. This is what you take home after everything is all said and done, okay? They're having small business owners list their net profit on this paperwork. So long story short, they're only giving you a small percentage, and I believe it's 2.5% of whatever number you list. And instead of having you list your gross income, meaning what you make before you pay for anything, they want you to list what you have left after all of your expenses have been taken care of. Now, somebody needs to explain this to me, because I have no clue how my net profit is supposed to cover my expenses. I pay my expenses before I ever get to my net profit. So why are you having me list that? Shouldn't you have me list my gross income and then give me a percentage of that? If this program was really to help small businesses and help us recover from the shutdown, or at least maintain since we were shut down, why would you have me list my net profit? Why would you have me list the number that's left over after I've already covered everything? And then you're giving a small percentage on top of that. So like I explained to this particular bank I was dealing with, okay, so what you're telling me is if you have a person that is bringing in, say you're a contract labor and you bring in $3,000 a month. But maybe you're an electrician, you have a truck, you have expenses, and for whatever reason, your expenses are $3,000 a month. Okay, that's your break-even point. You broke even. Once they shut everything down and put the stay-at-home order in place, now you're in the hole. Where you were maintaining, now you're losing. They said, that's right, if that's the case, you don't even qualify for the loan. So if I'm breaking even and I'm able to maintain, but then based on the stay-at-home order, I get shut down, now I'm in the hole, I don't even get help? The answer was no. Okay? If your net profit or your bottom line was 0 or less, meaning you took a loss, you can even fill the paperwork out because you did not qualify. For those of us that do show a profit, then you qualify and you only get a small percentage of your profit, not of your gross income. Okay, I still have yet to find anything anywhere that explains to me how this makes sense. Now, a colleague that actually works for a banking institution flat out told me, she said, I have been approving so many loans for big business, but all my small business owners are being denied. They're not getting any help. This was designed for the big boys, okay? And most things are. Let's just face it. However, how long are we going to put up with that? I'm saying all this because this election is coming and y'all need to vote. And I don't care who you vote for, so let's not split hairs because I don't care. But what you need to do is make sure that you're talking to whoever wants your vote and making sure things like this stop. Especially if you are a small business owner. Because when they bail out these big companies, they're not bailing out these big companies with their money. Because the big companies get tax breaks. They're bailing them out with our money. But then when the small business needs help, we get nickel and dime to death. Okay, we get a percentage of our profit. We get a percentage of what was left after we covered all of our expenses. That doesn't even make numerical sense, okay? So we've got to start talking to these senators. We've got to start knowing our value because they always give these small businesses credit for being the backbone of America, but yet they don't treat us like they treat the big boys. If we're going to continue to push entrepreneurship and small business, then we need to be treated a little bit better. And then on top of that, when it comes back to repayment, you have to prove how the money was spent. So what I'm telling all you small business owners, make sure you keep your gas receipts for the next 8 weeks because that's all you're going to be able to do with that money. Okay? All you're going to be able to do is put gas in your vehicle. Okay? Because this is how they're helping us with our payroll. Who y'all paying? I don't know. The child labor that's working for free, that's who y'all paying because this covers absolutely nothing. Okay? So guys, I just feel like we need to communicate. Small business owners, we need to be more on one accord and informing each other of what's going on. I posted something on Facebook and I was kind of asking who had received the Paycheck Protection Program loan, and I didn't get any responses, and I believe I didn't really get any responses because nobody's getting it because they're being denied. The people that need the help is being denied. But when it comes to the bailout for the big boys, you'll take the taxes that I'm paying every year and get them out of the hole. But you won't even give me my money back. My thing is, hey, don't even worry about it. Just give me back my taxes I've been paying for the last 20 some odd years. That'll help me out. But you won't even give me that. And then another thing that's so crazy, if you did not show a profit for 2019, but let's say you've been in business 20 years and you've shown a profit and paid taxes on that profit over the last 20 years, you still didn't qualify. They didn't care. If you didn't show a profit for 2019, you got nada. Nada. Okay? It's a problem with that, guys. I know that being political is not everybody's stance. It's not mine. I mean, I feel like I was forced into paying more attention to politics because it was affecting every move I made. From my kids' school to lending, to where I was able to put my business, what I was able to do in my business. And so I was kind of forced into it based on some of the things I was attempting. But we got to do better and we got to know what's going on. We got to know who to talk to. And we've really got to do better working together to change things. Small businesses is what built this country. But yet we're being treated like we're nobody. Not to mention that when it came to the countries that had to go through the shutdown, we're at the bottom of the list in reference to how we helped our citizens. Everybody else did more for their citizens to maintain through this pandemic than the United States of America. Okay? Now, if that makes sense to y'all, somebody tell me, because it didn't make sense to me. That's part of the rush to reopen the economy, which I feel like was too soon. I mean, we're still losing people, and the numbers are going up. So I felt like it was too soon, but what can you do? You know, take precautions, try to get back in the swing of things. But how they treated the small businesses and how they came across as if they put something in place to help us, they did not, guys. So we got to get together. Y'all comment. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Maybe I missed something. If I missed something on this piss poor program that they're calling the Paycheck Protection Program, y'all school me. Because I sat on the phone and argued with a lady at the bank for probably 20 minutes and then had to apologize because what she was telling me was absolutely right. I literally called that woman back and apologized to her. Because what she was saying just made no sense to me. I could not fathom why I was listing my profit rather than my gross income. It just made no sense. I don't pay my bills out of my net profit. I pay my bills out of my gross income. Anyway, y'all, that's my 2 cents. Unfortunately, our government is doing more of the same, and we're going to have to determine where we stand as a society in reference to how we are treated. We got to speak up. We're going to have to rally because this is just getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And it doesn't matter what political affiliation you have. If you're a small business owner in this particular situation, they pretty much was treating all of us the same. If you wasn't one of the big boys, you wasn't getting no help. So we're going to have to start helping ourselves. Anyway, guys, I'm out. Thanks for listening. Please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know. Like I say, if you got something you can school me on that I don't know anything about, let me know. Because maybe I missed something. According to the bank, I didn't. But maybe you know something I don't. All right, guys. Till next time. See ya.